So Carl Nassib, who is a defensive end for the Oakland Raiders, released a video on Instagram this week making the announcement to come out as gay, making him the only active player in the NFL right now to make such an announcement. So let's take a listen to his video.
Well, I'm Carl Nassib. I'm at my house here in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Just want to take a quick moment to say that I'm gay. I've been meaning to do this for a while now, but I finally feel comfortable enough to get it off my chest. I really have the best life. I got the best family, friends, and job a guy could ask for. I'm a pretty private person, so I hope you guys know that I'm really not doing this for attention. I just think that representation and visibility are so important. I actually hope that one day videos like this and the whole coming out process are just not necessary. But until then, I'm going to do my best and do my part to cultivate a culture that's accepting, that's compassionate. And I'm going to start by donating $100,000 to the Trevor Project. They're an incredible organization. They're the #1 suicide prevention service for LGBTQ youth in America. And they're truly doing incredible things. And I'm very excited to be a part of it, to help in any way that I can.
Carl Nassib was also later congratulated and supported by teammates like Derek Carr and also people like Michael Sam. Michael Sam, you might remember him. He came out right before I believe the 2012 NFL draft as the first gay player to be in the draft process in the NFL openly. And, one thing that we can take away from this announcement, I think, is that it was met almost universally with support and with praise. And I think that shows how far we've come, not only as sports fans, but as a society. Because if we're being honest, for whatever reason, when Michael Sam came out, this was not met with a similar tone as to where we're meeting it now. And it wasn't met with in a similar way. It was met, honestly, by some, and again, it was not the majority of people, but there was a lot more hostility towards Michael Sam in his process. But with Nassib, I think what you've seen is over the years, there's become less of a stigma. And I think that's a good thing, and it shows that, the NFL, sports fans, they're moving in the right directions as far as becoming accepting of people for differences that, when you really think about it, don't really make us that different, right? This isn't something that he's not doing something that's abhorrent. He's liking who he likes. He's loving who he loves, right? And I think that's a good thing to take away as far as how far we've come. And for Carl Nassib to do what he did, it's not only about Carl Nassib. That's the one thing we need to remember. It's not only about Carl Nassib. It's about the people who might play football, who might not want to come out, who might, be scared to tell their teammates about that kind of stuff. It's about those people feeling empowered to be who they are, and then for us to get to a point where we don't really, care about these types of differences, where we embrace each other's differences. That's what it's all about. And that's part of being in a locker room. Part of being in a locker room is accepting your teammates for who they are and accepting them, no matter their differences, and embracing those differences and learning from those perspectives. So that's what being in a locker room is about. Anyone who's been in a locker room knows that. A lot of NFL players will even tell you that a lot of the stuff goes out the window once you're in a locker room, because you're kind of forced to be in this bond with that other person. So you have to be tolerant. And, and again, that's something that, you hear a lot about, and it's not always practiced, right? But for Carl Nassib to do this, it's a big deal. And he is, I think, going to be an inspiration to a lot of people, because one thing we need to remember, he's playing in the NFL. He signed with the Oakland Raiders. Michael Sam, he went through that draft process. He was drafted. He didn't end up making an NFL roster, I believe. But for Nassib to be a player who's playing, who's actually pretty productive when he gets the chance to play, to do this, I think it raises the bar a little bit more, and it brings more notoriety for it, and I think that's a very good thing. And I hope people, especially during Pride Month, feel empowered to be who they are. And I hope other NFL players hopefully take notice from this and maybe, take that next step when they're ready, because it really is, something that I believe, shouldn't really, indicate like, oh, wow, I should like this player or I shouldn't like this player, because those types of people do exist. And to be quite honest, I don't think that though that kind of talk, especially in a locker room type of mentality, is productive. You know, so I think the sooner we inspire people, the sooner we support people, especially even people we like and love, to embrace who they are, the sooner we can get past it, and sooner, I think we can be overall, even as a society, more embracing. And also worth to note that as part of his announcement, Nassib pledged over $800,000 to the Trevor Project, an organization that provides crisis and suicide prevention services to LGBTQ community. It's a great organization. I'm going to link the link for that in the description below. Feel free to donate. I know the NFL already matched his donation of $100,000. So thanks for watching this video from Real Take Sports Talk. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also, remember to check out our live show every single Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel. And remember, keep it real.